Kings Island has one of the best coaster lineups out there, and Diamondback is one of its anchors. Diamondback is a Bolliger and Mabillard hypercoaster that stands 230 feet tall, has almost 5,300 feet of track, reaches a top speed of 80 miles per hour, and has a unique ending for a hypercoaster. It also delivers an amazing ride. This is our full-length, in-depth review of Diamondback and our comments about what you can expect when you go to Kings Island to ride this coaster. Now, let's get into the review. Diamondback is located in the Rivertown section of Kings Island. It opened in 2009 and was one of 3 hypercoasters Cedar Fair added to the former Paramount parks after acquiring them in 2006. The others are Behemoth at Canada's Wonderland and Thunderstriker at Carowinds. To get to the ride, you walk down International Street and past the Eiffel Tower. While you can walk around the backlot stunt coaster and through Rivertown to get to the ride entrance, the fastest way to the ride is through Camp Snoopy. When you approach the ride entrance, you will see the ride sign prominently displaying the ride's logo and a couple of warnings to not disturb and to watch out for a steep incline ahead. As you enter the queue, you will take a right-hand turn into one of 2 cattle pin switchback queue sections. This queue section is the larger of the 2 and the one you are most likely to walk through as you make your way to the station. If you go to the park on a busier day, like a Saturday, you will make your way through the second, smaller switchback queue section before going down some stairs and underneath the beginning of the coaster's lift hill. You then make your way up some stairs and into the station. When you enter the station, you get some light theming. There are a couple of signs telling you to avoid sudden moves and beware of snakes. You will also see one of Diamondback's 3 8-car, 32-passenger trains. These trains have a snake-themed lead car, which looks really cool. They also have the same V staggered seating arrangement as the ones you can find on Thunderstriker and Behemoth. Once you have boarded your train, fastened your seatbelt, secured your clamshell restraint, and cleared dispatch, you proceed straight out of the station and up the lift hill to start your ride. As you crest the top of the lift hill, you start plummeting down the 215-foot tall first drop sloped at 74 degrees. While you get a little bit of floater airtime going down this first drop while sitting towards the front of the train, you get the best airtime while sitting towards the back of the train. At the bottom of the first drop, you take a right-hand banked turn before climbing into Diamondback's first camelback airtime hill. For those sitting towards the front of the train, you get some good floater airtime going up that airtime hill. For those sitting towards the back of the train, you will get some great floater airtime coming off of that airtime hill. As you come off that first airtime hill, you enter a quick left-hand banked turn followed by another floater airtime hill. This airtime hill delivers similar airtime as the first one, sustained floater airtime. Off that second airtime hill, you climb up into Diamondback's hammerhead turnaround, which pulls some good G-forces coming out of it. You then climb up into another camelback airtime hill, but unlike the first 2, this airtime hill has a trim brake. Nonetheless, you still get some good floater airtime. As you come off that airtime hill, you enter a left-hand banked turn, which climbs up into the mid-course brake run. While the brakes sap a little bit of your momentum, you still get a great pop of strong floater airtime coming off the mid-course brake run, especially while sitting towards the back of the train. Off the mid-course brake run, you go over another airtime hill followed by another airtime hill. And these 2 airtime hills deliver some good floater airtime. You then enter a right-hand banked helix, which pulls some okay forces, followed by a dive off of it into Diamondback's signature splashdown. And if you're sitting in the back row on the left side, you will definitely get some of that splash. After the splashdown, you get one last pop of airtime as you climb up into the final brakes, especially if you are sitting towards the front of the train. Diamondback is a phenomenal roller coaster. It has strong floater airtime and some good pacing for a Bolliger and Mabillard hypercoaster. Each of its airtime hills hit. While some of the airtime hills shine towards the front of the train, those same airtime hills deliver good floater airtime towards the back of the train as well. The standout moments are definitely that first drop, the first 2 airtime hills, coming off the mid-course brake run, coming off that airtime hill before the helix, and coming off of that helix and diving into the splashdown. There are great doses of strong floater and sustained floater airtime throughout, which makes Diamondback such a great ride. And unlike Thunderstriker at Carowinds, Diamondback has a good second half coming off the mid-course brake run. Its helix actually pulls some G-forces, largely because it is tighter than Thunderstriker's helix. Aside from the airtime and forces, Diamondback's splashdown is a great way to end the ride. If you're sitting in the back car, you will definitely feel the water, especially especially if you reach out your arms. Diamondback also has a great location in the park. You can see or hear this coaster from just about anywhere in the park as well. You get a great view of the coaster from Kings Island's train, views that you cannot get from the park's main paths. In addition to its location, Diamondback is actually one of the few large roller coasters at Kings Island where you do not have to rent a locker or leave your belongings with a non-rider. Like Thunderstriker at Carowinds, there are bins on the ride platform, so you can bring your bag with you into the queue if you have one. When it comes to operations, though, Diamondback's operations are hit or miss. The crew is either rolling trains or double stacking them. Diamondback does have a rattle during the outer leg of the ride, but that rattle does not take away too much from the ride experience since the coaster's floater airtime is some of the best on any Bolliger and Mabillard hyper. Overall, Diamondback is a great roller coaster. It is some of the best floater airtime out there. It is also interesting to compare a front row ride with a back row ride. You get some sustained floater airtime going over those airtime hills towards the front of the train, but some of the strongest floater airtime towards the back of the train. For our final score, we give Diamondback an 8.5 out of 10. It is definitely one of the best coasters at Kings Island. So let us know in the comments below if you have ridden Diamondback at Kings Island, and if so, what you think about it. And if you enjoyed this video or are new to the channel, please like and subscribe for more coaster content like this. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more coaster reviews and amusement park content from Coaster Adventures, and we hope to see you in the next one.